Hi, everybody. My name is Paul Hardison with Seadog Travels, and thank you for being here for another webinar with Star Clippers, which I have to admit is one of my favorite and with one of my favorite people, Beth Lindsley Elwood, who's a business development manager with Star Clippers. And Beth, as you and I both know, we kind of connected a while back now because of, well, we kind of fell in love with tall ships, and it was kind of natural for us to connect. So thanks for being here.
Happy to do so. Thank you.
And so go ahead and tell us about Star Clippers and what the company has to offer and why they are different.
Thank you, Paul. I'm going to turn off my video and off we go. A warm welcome to all who are joining us today. It's our pleasure to introduce you to an authentic sailing experience called Star Clippers, modern sailing on tall ships, cruising from a different perspective, where there's magic in the sails and memories of a lifetime. I'd like you to imagine yourself on the teak deck of a timelessly elegant clipper ship, a warm breeze blowing softly, and in the background, Vangelis 1492 Conquest of Paradise is playing as the captain and his crew unfurl 54,000 square feet of sail above you. You begin to tingle from head to toe. And as you sail into the sunset onto tomorrow's next hidden cove, you sigh when you realize this is the most incredible experience you have ever had. Now, won't you please join me on board? So, what makes Star Clipper so uniquely different and unrivaled? It's because we're not a typical cruise. Star Clippers is an exhilarating, highly experiential journey on three tall ships, near replicas of the Clipper ships from the golden age of sailing, but with modern amenities and accommodations. Your sailing journey is not only uniquely different, but exhilarating, fun, and highly experiential. An actual working sailing vessel with an open bridge policy and unique sailing activities to enjoy. Sailing vessels whose major source of energy is wind propulsion, not motoring. Abundant and emission-free, wind propulsion allows a softer footprint on the environment. Star Clippers builds their itineraries on wind charts for an optimal sailing experience 70 to 90% of the time on average. And unique itineraries thoughtfully designed, a combination of must-see destinations worldwide, as well as off-the-beaten-path hidden gems. Exquisite ports of call not accessible to big ships. Authentic and uncrowded. Preserved culture, history, and art. More of your favorite destination. A casual, relaxed, and convivial ambiance for a stress-free vacation, and no jackets or ties ever required. Service with a smile from our entire Star Clippers crew, readily available for anything you need. With international cuisine prepared by our Michelin-trained chefs, you will dine well on board Star Clippers. All meals and snacks are included in your Star Clippers pricing. Now imagine yourself on a Star Clippers tall ship the size of a football field, end zone to end zone, or one that is a football field and a half long. With over 19,000 square feet of deck space on 2 decks, there is plenty of room to roam outdoors, as well as interior spaces to relax and enjoy, all with gorgeous views of the sea. The movement of the ship is like sitting in a rocking chair, an easy forward and backward movement, soothing to the body. Nimble ships that hug coastlines, often anchoring in port, without lines and crowds, offering guests close access to main attractions and those white sandy beaches. Accommodating only 166 to 227 guests, enjoy an intimate, casual, relaxing, private yacht-like experience on Star Clipper's 3 magnificent tall ships, sailing vessels with modern accommodations and amenities. No lines, no crowds, and very few decisions. The perfect vacation experience to relax and rejuvenate. Star Clippers guests so enjoy their amazing vacation that over 60% of all guests repeat within the first year. We know you will want to also. So allow me the opportunity to introduce you to our fleet. Our flagship of the fleet is the Royal Clipper. That is 54,000 square feet of sail aboard a ship that is a football field and a half long. A captain and a crew that do nothing but manage the sails. There are only 227 guests on board, and we offer almost a 2-to-1 guest to staff ratio. Sharing with you some aspects of the ship, she's a little bit more modern in style and feel with a beautiful 3-deck high atrium, the Clipper dining room at its base, as well as a beautiful skylight, bringing in that outdoor light in. But skinny dip at your own risk, because that is also the base of the midship pool that's featured here. There's actually 3 pools on board, as well as a spa and a health club. And we also have meeting space in our observation lounge and a relax and enjoy in our library as well. Again, some beautiful views of the interior of the ship. And I so love the piano lounge in the interior of the ship so that I can relax, be in my own little corner, as well as looking out to the calming seas. The tropical bar is the heartbeat of the ship with both an indoor and an outdoor area. And by the way, that's my bar stool, the 3rd one on the right. We have 2 spa treatments on board, as well as a hammam Turkish bath and a small fitness center. Now, introducing you to some of the accommodations on board this ship. Very unique is that this ship, Royal Clipper, has 14 deluxe suites with private balconies. Very spacious, 240 square feet throughout the living area of the room, and full picture windows and a full private balcony. But high demand with only 14 available on board. We also have 2 deluxe ocean view, a larger ocean view stateroom with a full picture window. And we have 2 owner suites that each hold 4 guests, very spacious at almost 500 square feet each, and may also connect if you are traveling with others and would love this type of deluxe accommodation. Our twin stars are Starflyer and Star Clipper. These 2 beauties are known as the true tall ships, as they are barkentine style and happen to be the tallest of them all. She's a football field long, 36,000 square feet of sail, only 83 staterooms accommodating 166 guests. And once again, almost a 2-to-1 guest to staff ratio. Here's a beautiful view of the tropical bar, a gorgeous outdoor area that is covered where lots of activity will happen on the ship. 2 swimming pools for our guests to enjoy on board, and interior spaces such as the interior tropical bar, piano lounge, our Clipper dining room, and our beautiful library with a wonderful fireplace. On the right is the bowsprit netting, which is an area of the ship that is unique and also available for our guests to go out and enjoy for a different view. Interior spaces, as you can tell, all 3 ships are very nautical in style and feel. You see that gleaming brass, you see teak decks outdoors, and that beautiful royal blue and gold. And again, my favorite place on the ship, the piano lounge, bottom left, with those views of the ocean. 2 swimming pools on board. This is the aft sailing swimming pool on the left. And when we do massages, we offer them in a private area outdoors on the ship. This gives you an idea of the ocean view staterooms, very similar to the ones that are on Royal Clipper, with either a single or a double porthole available. And the bulk of the inventory is available in this ocean view style. Very comfortably appointed and lots of good storage space. Our twin stars also feature an owner suite. There's one on board this ship, over 200 square feet, lovely view and portholes. Now, deluxe space on all 3 ships do sell first, probably the only way that we compare to a typical cruise. We affectionately call it the race for space. 83 staterooms on 2 ships, 114 staterooms on our Royal Clipper. If you see it and you like it, it only takes a small deposit to hold that beautiful itinerary in the accommodations that best fit your budget and your lifestyle on board. Speaking of on board, let's take a look at life on board. Star Clippers offers unique sailing activities, one of which is my favorite, the midship mast climb, which is about 75 feet to 100 feet off the top deck of the ship for a view like no other. If you don't happen to be a climber, do come out for this scheduled activity because you will take the most magnificent pictures of those that are brave enough to do so. The bowsprit netting at the front of the ship, and featured on the right is the marina deck aft. This is on the Royal Clipper. Star Clippers includes complimentary water sports on all 3 ships, kayaking, snorkeling, paddleboarding, windsurfing, and sailboating, for example. We launch them from the marina deck aft on the Royal Clipper, and on the Star Flyer and Star Clipper, we launch our water sports toys from the beach. We often theme sailings, one of which we have aplenty is yoga themed. And just an added feature that costs you nothing, but an opportunity to partake in an activity on several of our sailings. This is something that Seadog Travels can point out to you if indeed that's your interest. You may also wish to do something like take a knot tying class. Perhaps ask the captain or the navigational officers to take the helm and join several of your friends on board to help us set the sails. All good fun. You're welcome to participate. None of it mandatory. Often featured on our Caribbean as well as our Central America, Costa Rica, Panama sailings, Pirate Night. Again, an optional choice if you'd like to get your best pirate on. We'd love to have you dress up. And just to reiterate, these are working sailing vessels. If we happen to tear a sail, the crew will just pull out that practically my major sewing machine and just sew it right there on board. Star Clippers is actually very well known for our amazing, unique itineraries worldwide. Once again, combining well-known wish list ports of call with hidden gems you didn't know about, off the beaten path where big ships cannot go, and intrigue, history, romance, and so much more abound. Let's see where Star Clippers sails. In the deep winter, generally late November through March, Star Flyer is in the Yachtsman Caribbean, which we refer to as the British Virgin Islands or the Treasure Islands, and the Leeward Islands. The ship starts and ends in Phillipsburg, St. Martin. Each of those itineraries are 7 nights, but very readily can be put back to back for a 14-night vacation. Royal Clipper also goes to the deep Caribbean. She goes to Bridgetown, Barbados, alternating 1 week to the beautiful Grenadine Islands, followed the next week by the Windward Islands, once again giving you an opportunity for a 14-night vacation, putting these itineraries back to back. And a fan favorite unique to Star Clippers. Every other week, the 2 ships meet at some point during the sailing and they race to the next port. I guarantee you, everyone's out on the top deck and encouraging the captain and his crew to perhaps use the motor to augment the beautiful sailing that often occurs with those trade winds in the Caribbean. Highlighting new itineraries for the deep winter on Star Clipper. These are 10 and 11 nights sailings that are now available and are sailing from January through March of 2026. That might be an open jaw itinerary from Montego Bay, Jamaica to Antigua, or round trip Grenadine itinerary, but thoughtfully placed in these gorgeous areas of the Caribbean for a longer itinerary that you might desire. Also in the winter, Star Clipper will be in Central America. This is December of 24 through March of 25, as well as December of 2025. We offer 7-night sailings that feature Costa Rica and Panama, as well as Costa Rica and Nicaragua, and open jaw between Balboa, Panama, up the coastline, including Costa Rica, ending or starting in Puerto Caldera, Costa Rica. Also in Central America, 14-night beautiful full transits of the Panama Canal, generally in March and or November. It is a full transit during the day on the old canal. And you can see that there's quite a few stops on these gorgeous 14-night sailings. Since there are so very few, again, this is something to keep in mind and plan well ahead. We're very well known for our itineraries in the Mediterranean. This is where we place all 3 ships in late April to late October every year. Anything from 3 to 21-night sailings, lots and lots of the Greek islands, in addition to those fan favorites, Mykonos and Santorini, and a wide range of ports of call in Italy as well. Come sail with us and let me introduce some of those beautiful ports of call. In Portugal and Spain, these are areas that the ship will sail generally at the front end of the season and the back end of the season. The Balearic Islands, a variety of ports of call in Spain, beautiful Lisbon and Portimao, and the Azores in Portugal. Quite a bit of the French Riviera, also some of the Italian Riviera, as well as beautiful Corsica. The gateway here is Cannes. It may also be Rome. So look for plenty of itineraries that include these areas, as well as the Ligurian Sea of Italy. And speaking of Italy, beautiful Amalfi Coast in Sicily. But in addition, Portoferraio on Elba Island, maybe Portofino, Lerici, Gaeta, where the big ships are not going, but give you access throughout Italy, Sicily, and we also sail to Sardinia. Malta, Valletta, Gozo, and various ports of call, as I mentioned, in Sardinia. And lots of Adriatic. One of our most popular itineraries features Croatia and Montenegro. We sail on the canals of Venice, which is a bucket list of mine. I can share that with you, along the Dalmatian coastline for a 7-night round-trip Venice itinerary. But don't overlook either 10 and or 11-night sailings featuring Croatia and Montenegro, but combined with either Italy or Greece. Again, also very highly popular. Eastern Mediterranean, Greece, a wide variety Featured here are 3 7-night sailing options, our Northern Cyclades pattern, the Path of John, giving you that opportunity in Kushadasi, Turkey, to do the Ephesus tour, but also Patmos and Amorgos. Spetses happens to be an island that many of the celebrities go to. And by the way, no cars are allowed. Beautiful Southern Cyclades, again, the combination of desired, off the beaten path, beautiful Greece, as well as Turkey. And the Sporties highlights, which is further up into the Aegean. Skoplios, by the way, is the island where Mamma Mia 1 was filmed. And more exotics, Morocco, whether it's the Canary Islands, Morocco, the Rock of Gibraltar, all those areas, once again, in combination, generally with Lisbon, Spain, the Balearics, etc., and other locations in the Western area, more likely to be front or back end of the season. And early in the season, a couple of Suez Canal transits that you might be interested in. So definitely have this conversation with those areas of interest with Paul at Seadog Travels. Also, we feature put together longer itineraries up to 19 nights, which we refer to as grand voyages. And not only are they put together with gorgeous ports of call in a length longer to see more and do more, but also on all 3 ships, often featuring multiple countries and priced accordingly. If you'd like to dip your toe in the water with Star Clippers, speak to Paul about our 3 to 6 night sailings available in both 2024 as well as during the 2025 Mediterranean season. Maybe this is a pre or post to a land-based program that you're already doing. And on behalf of Seadog Travels, it's been our pleasure to introduce you to Star Clipper's authentic sailing experience, an intimate, casual, relaxing, private yacht-like experience on 3 magnificent tall ships, perfect for the mobile, active lifestyle traveler of all ages. Welcome aboard and come sail away. And now I'll turn it back to you, Paul, for any questions we might have.
Fabulous, Beth. Thank you very much. And please, anybody, if you have questions, please type it in the chat box and I will convey those. But I'd like to start out with first, thanks for doing this. And it's always good to see where Star Clippers sails because it's not just iconic destinations. I actually like the exotics that you include from Suez to Canary Islands and such. It really has a little bit of additional flair to it. But the first question I had for you was, would you go over what types of groups come aboard Star Clippers sails, and what do you have any types of promotions for particular types of groups?
Yes, we welcome all types of groups, Paul. That could be like interests, maybe a hiking club, a biking club. It could be yacht club members. It could be family and friends. It could be perhaps a group that you might escort where you invite travelers to join you. So groups can be a really nice part of the travel group on board our ships, as well as a really nice way to be able to travel with loved ones and share those amazing experiences. Groups for us are only a minimum of 10 guests. And if you have something like this in mind, they should come to you, Paul, so we can negotiate special amenities for those travelers together.
And what is about the top end of the group sizes that can be accommodated?
Well, that's a great question. The highest or largest size groups that we might feature on board will be pretty close to half of the ship. We really don't want to go beyond that because if there are individual travelers, you don't want to overwhelm them on any particular sailing. So about half the ship.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. And would you touch on shore excursions a bit as far as what Star Clippers offers during their sales for that?
Yes, and let me also share with you what your Star Clippers pricing includes. So Star Clippers provides an excellent value upfront in your pricing, whether it's an ocean view stateroom, any all the way up to any of our deluxe accommodations across all three ships. And what's included in that pricing are your accommodations, all your meals and snacks, complimentary water sports, as well as some very basic beverages. But let me take that one step further. The reason we don't include items for purchase, such as shore excursions, spa treatments, perhaps you'd like to purchase Wi-Fi, which, by the way, is Starlink high connectivity onboard our ships, is because we're casual, relaxed vacation experience. We'd like our guests to have available any types of amenities they would like to purchase if they like. But honestly, Paul, we don't gouge. Those two will be value priced, but again, allows for more personalized vacation. More directly in answering your question, shore excursions are available for purchase. They may be viewed prior to sailing to get a sense for what you might like to do. Maybe that itinerary is enticing to you. It also helps you to plan. So those are available on our website. They're also available from you and also come with your e-documents prior to you actually sailing with us. And then once you're on board, you purchase them. But again, keeping in mind, they're not gouging, but will give you some unique opportunities available in those ports. Often, though, whether you purchase a shore excursion or not, I would say almost anywhere in the Caribbean and almost any place in the Mediterranean, you're able to simply get off the ship and enjoy, walk around, do your own thing, if you will. Our Central America itinerary is a little bit more um, for the hardier travel, outdoor person, hiker, and nature lovers. And those will have a little bit fewer of the shore excursion options based on the fact that you're in Pacific coastal waters. You're more likely to be in the water on those itineraries, enjoying the water sports.
Oh, that sounds perfectly good as far as that goes, Beth. Now, the other thing about other than shore excursions that always attracts me about Star Clippers is you had a good segment on that showed the different types of meals that are presented. And for the foodies out there, could you go into a little bit more depth on the experience on board?
Love to. The Clipper dining, I'm also going to speak to the seating arrangements on board. Our Clipper dining rooms hold the entire complement of the ship. There's no early or late dining. There's a nice window, 7:30 to 10, for example, for dinner, and it's full menued service. We actually, on our itineraries, provision locally for fish, vegetables, as well as fruit. We also featured those particular items on our menu. There's everything from vegetarian and pasta, a chicken, often a fish, and some other type of meat option, and certainly salads, as well as soups, which are magnificent, great desserts. We also feature a very beautiful international wine list. And we don't break the bank. You can have a nice international wine anywhere from 25 to 35 euro on board. So we do get great compliments on the dining options. During the day, it's a little bit more casual. We offer continental breakfast, fresh pastries, juices, fresh fruit for the early risers. There's always a 24/7 coffee and tea bar available. It's a buffet, expansive buffet for breakfast in the Clipper dining room. Again, hot and cold, as well as omelet stations, egg stations. We do an expansive buffet for lunch with a carving station, and we vary the types of meats or fish that are offered. Again, hot and cold entrees, and certainly lots of vegetable options and great desserts. We also have late night bites. So music and dancing in the tropical bar following the evening entertainment. So if you'd like something to nosh on before you head to your comfortable bed for the evening, you can anticipate that as well.
Absolutely. And one thing I like about sleeping on tall ships, or maybe smaller ships in general, is, you do get that rocking motion at times at night, and that
It's
kind of
comfortable and soothing, isn't it?
exactly, it helps you sleep a little bit, and It's a little bit different, but I got used to it right away and I like it. So I think, it's very gentle and it's just, yeah, it's a comforting kind of thing. It's really nice.
Well, one of the things I'd like to share with the audience is that I personally did not grow up as a sailor, and I have been in love with Star Clipper's authentic sailing experience for 8 years now. I truly feel everybody needs the sails. The experience of sailing is very freeing, it's exhilarating, and certainly with no lines, no crowds, and very few decisions, and truly a relaxing vacation experience. So we definitely invite you to talk to Paul, and hopefully we can both welcome you on board soon.
Absolutely. Well, thanks very much, Beth. Again, I appreciate your time and sharing the joy of Star Clippers, as I like to call it. And I will certainly stay in touch with you and we will be in touch. So thanks very much. And everybody, have a good day.
Come sail away.
Thanks.